So it sounds like you're saying they are one of the more versatile offenses.
And I wouldn't say versatile. They're just very efficient.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they do what they do, and they do it well. And I think what's surprising about their offense and the way they run it is they're not greedy. You know, they don't. They're very patient. You look at the time possession for them. You know, they have the ball for a long time. So you know they like what they do. They're very good at what they do, and you know they're not going to change. So yeah, I mean it's not broke, so don't fix it.
You mentioned the explosive plays and the time of possession. That sounds like a pretty difficult combination.
Well, yeah, you know we understand it. It's going to be a good challenge for us. You know we're the number one rushing defense in the NFL. So number one going against number one. We understand what we're going up against, and we're ready. You know, and we know that they're going to be ready, and so it's going to be a good game. Something we're looking forward to.
When you look at that run game and you see Todd Gurley, what are the things that you guys see out of him?
Very, very patient, but he's very explosive when he decides to go. He's a very smart runner. He's not something that will force anything. He takes what you give him, and that's how they gash teams. You know, guys get out of their fits. Guys try to two-gap and you know they get hurt because somebody gets out of their lane, and you know he has that patience to find it, and you know when he sees something, he's out of there. So you know definitely something that we're aware of.
You know, how have you guys been so efficient in being able to stop the run? As you mentioned, number one team in the league against the run. Have you been so efficient to be stopping teams from running efficiently?
You know it starts up front. You know with our D-line. Our D-line has done a great job in being stout up front. If you lose the battle on the line of scrimmage, you know you're not going to be successful. So, you know, it starts with our D-line and getting penetration and being stout up front, and then you know the linebackers were running. Everybody's staying in their gaps. Everybody is understanding where they have to be. But you know, most importantly, I think everybody's running to the ball. You know, it's not going to be perfect all the time, but when you have 11 guys running to the ball, that usually covers up a lot of mistakes.
They've got three really good receivers. I guess how much does it go hand in hand that you have to get to the quarterback to help those guys out on the back end?
Well, it all starts with stopping the run first. You know, a lot of it is, you know, if teams can't stop the run, then you know you're fighting an uphill battle. You know, if you can stop the run and try to make them one-dimensional, you know, then guarding those guys on the outside becomes a lot easier than it already is. So. We have to understand what they like to do, keep a roof over the top of the coverage, and you know just play ball.
Yeah, this is a pretty big game by all circumstances. You know, just what's the feeling going into it, because you guys are continuing to play first place teams, but this one seems to have a different feel to it in terms of, I guess, the conference standings and those kinds of things.
You know, I think for us, we're approaching it the same. I know it sounds cliche, but. You know, we're approaching it the same way. I don't think we understand who's coming into town, but you know, we're approaching this week the same way we've approached all the other weeks. So you know, we're going to prepare the same way we've prepared, understanding our opponent, understanding ourselves, and you know, go out there and play some good football.